Hey, Moishe.
What's going on?
What's going on? It's Bart here. I'm gonna go with Michelangelo, Mick. I think we got to get Natalie here as well. I don't know if she's requesting to join.
It'll take a second for the notifications to go out.
Oh, gotcha. Just if we want to look out for her, it's at the Toy Inventor. That's her.
Yeah, I got you. I'm following her.
Nice.
Yeah, just like to give it like a few minutes. I started also a few minutes earlier than planned. Just like to give it a few minutes for it to come out.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right. Let me give a little introduction to what this space is all about. Panel discussion and analysis. We got a super cool venue for what we're doing here today. We're going to be bringing up two projects. They're going to give their pitch, introduce themselves, what they do, and we'll have a rotating panel of speakers. We're going to be able to ask them any questions. There's nothing off limits to ask. Go in, do your research. You're going to ask them all your questions you have. Try to keep it at a minimum each speaker. So the first project we're going to start off with is Supercute NFT. They should be pull them up the project account as a co-host. I believe they have another speaker as well. If you guys want to go ahead and accept that.
I think we're both accepted, Moishe.
Awesome. All right. Bring up Supercute. I sent you a co-host. Wait, where's this? Oh, wrong account there. Ashley, welcome. Let's go. We got an amazing panel up here, guys. We have a lot to go through. All right, Natalie, if you'd like to start us off.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. My name's Natalie. I'm the toy inventor on Twitter. Thanks, Moishe, for hosting and for giving us this opportunity to meet some of the people in your community. I see so many faces here that I follow. So this is kind of cool that I'll get to maybe talk to some of these people for the first time. But anyway, a little bit about me. I'm the co-founder of Supercute World alongside Choco Toy, who is an amazing artist who's done work for Adidas. Well, not just work, but collabs with Adidas. Super Plastic, a ton of figurines with Super Plastic. He's even done J Balvin's art, and he's big in the toy world. My background is that I'm a toy inventor. I started my career at Google. I was there for about 8 years. And then I left when I had my daughter. I had all these ideas for toys, ended up inventing a toy that went super viral, sold millions of products worldwide, ended up selling that business. And then about a year ago, or a little more than a year ago, entered the NFT space. And then we just kind of, I started meeting different people, all through Twitter, actually. Twitter's pretty amazing, but meeting all these amazing people through Twitter and then eventually in real life at events, really saw the crossover between Web 2, but specifically Web 2, my world and toys and entertainment, and in Web 3 with NFT projects, and had this idea to launch a project. So we called up Choco Toy Luis, said, hey, this is a crazy idea, but do you want to work together? He's like, absolutely. I wanted to do an NFT project. So we kind of joined forces and then started looking for our amazing dev partner, which is Alchemy. I'm not sure if everybody here knows who Alchemy is, but they're like a massive $10 billion Web3 company. Some of their investors are like Jay-Z, Peter Thiel. You could go onto their website and check it out, but it's pretty insane, like who kind of backs Alchemy. But we're Alchemy's first full stack project, meaning like end to end. They're supporting us all the way up to the CEO level. And I guess just like very briefly, because I know Mick is here as well from our team to talk as well, but just on the project itself, we kind of pride ourselves on being the first truly inclusive NFT project. We have this amazing artist, we have this amazing dev, but the one thing that brought the three of us together is the fact that we really centered our project around inclusivity. And what I mean by that is, I'm sure many of you here can understand this if I kind of talk about it, but there's many projects that I bought into, even just as an investor, where I loved the art. I loved, kind of the project, but I would have never used it as my PFP. And in fact, I saw this kind of with my own two eyes in real life when I went to NFT NYC. And I went to all of these events, like the World of Women event, and I loved it. But I was so kind of happily surprised to see so many men there who supported the project. And I know that there's so many, kind of men in Web3 that support these kinds of projects, but they've never really used their World of Women as their PFP. So I thought that there was an opportunity there to kind of, I didn't know if it was possible. And Alchemy, was kind of the reason we brought on Alchemy, because they could make this possible. But I had this idea where it would be so cool if you could have your NFT pick, any traits that you'd like. Let's just say on secondary, first of all, but pick any traits that you'd like. Let's say you like a puffer coat, AirPods, and a gold chain. But then, go onto a website, be able to transform that NFT into the version that best represents you. So we're the first NFT that allows you to choose the version of your NFT between male, female, and non-binary. So you could go on, connect your wallet anytime, transform the NFT into, from male to female. That will be locked on the blockchain, validated and auto-refreshed on OpenSea. And this will never, ever change the rarity scores. So that's just, kind of the thing that brought us all together. But
let me interrupt you there. I'd like to get some people's thoughts on this. Let's get some people up here and get some people's takes. Or we're going so far.
Natalie, right?
Yeah.
Natalie, first of all, nice to meet you. Second of all, I really like the art of your project. My question is how do you plan on approaching community building, right? So you seem like you have a really cool product. There's a lot of NFTs with really cool products out there. I mean, there's an NFT where you can meet Tom Brady and no one's buying it, because the issue is that a lot of projects skimp out on the part of marketing and community building. So when it comes from a community building strategy, what are your thoughts there? How do you plan on bringing more people into your ecosystem?
So nice to meet you too. And I think it's a great question. We started building our community, I want to say just around a month ago. And that really started with Twitter and then our Discord. We have been, kind of out there hiring different people. Everything's managed internally. I just want to kind of start there, that we haven't outsourced our Twitter. We haven't outsourced our Discord management. And I'm so sorry. So just bear with me. I have a cold, so you'll hear me kind of cough or sneeze from time to time, but I'll let Mick, who's on the Supercute account, answer a bit more, but he could talk a lot about our community building, but there's been so much that we've done in just such a short time. Mick, I don't know if you want to talk about everything.
That was breaking up for me. I assume it's the same for everyone else.
Yeah, I couldn't hear either. Mick, we can't hear you, but I'll just answer. So, I'm happy to answer it. Maybe he'll figure out what's going on over there. But we started about a month ago with really kind of building out, the Twitter and the Discord. And it was one of those things where we brought in experts, like people that we knew either just from the Web3 community, friends that we've made, and we really leaned on the experts. Like, I am not, I'm not going to pretend I'm something that I'm not, but I'm not a Discord expert. So we brought in, people that we thought were Discord experts and would be able to come in and, really set up our Discord for success. Salamander, I think she's in here right now. She's our amazing, she just put a heart. She's our amazing community manager. She came from Imaginary Ones, so was able to really set some unique things up in our Discord and keep our community engaged and growing. We had some, pretty early on, some pretty big shout outs from other kind of big alpha Discord servers that drove a lot of people into our Discord. And then even on the Twitter side, there's been so many different collaborations with kind of top projects that, many of you here have as your PFPs. So, a lot of people have supported our project really early on, which has been so nice. And that's more on the building side, like how did we grow? But I think, to me, that's kind of a means to an end. It's just how can we keep our community engaged and keep it the top priority as we continue to grow. I think Mick is back.
I'm back. I'm back,
oh,
guys.
Okay, good.
I'm not sure what happened. The mute button.
Mick, let's go over to the next question. You could hop on another question right there.
Okay.
We want to keep the questions rolling quickly.
Let's go.
Go for it.
Yeah, hey Natalie, hey Supercute. My question for you guys is, on the main page it says the first truly inclusive NFT project. What does that mean to you guys, and how are we looking at inclusivity in Web3? And this can be fielded by anyone on the team.
Yeah, sure. So, to me, the way that this was, I want to say my brainchild of a thought, but to me, being the first truly inclusive project, NFT project, is a place where everyone can feel represented. There's so many projects out there that, even top projects where maybe 10-15% of the collection is female and the rest are male, or there's all female collections, or there's all male collections. I don't know, but those are kind of fixed and they're not dynamic in the way that they'd be able to change. So we really wanted to come up with a unique idea where you're really coming for the art, and hopefully you like the art and it's something that speaks to you and it's cool enough for you, but we want people to come for that and then have, it identify as them, or, transform into who they identify as gender-wise. So we're the first project that allows you to transform your NFT into male, female, or non-binary at any time. So that's really, where that stems from. And that's also just because, so many times I'm a female in this space, which is, I guess, more of but one thing that I was always shocked by, but it still holds true today, is that many of the females in kind of the dual gender NFT collections, many of the female PFPs are always on the floor or cheapest price. So we didn't want gender to determine rank, rarity, or the reason for someone to buy something. We thought they should buy what art and traits they like the best, and then have it represent them.
Awesome. Kas Vegas, go ahead.
Thanks for asking me to be here last week. I had a similar question to Distant, but first I want to say a couple comments about your earlier sentences, and then I'll follow up with a compounded question adding to Distant. So you're talking about, seeing men supporting World of Women at the World of Women events. And if you think about it from a zoomed out perspective, it's not just because they're supporting women, but because they're also supporting their bag. A really good example of someone who was supporting women, his name is Quantum Variant, but he actually told me about World of Women when they're first coming out, because he said, I'm not going to buy World of Women because I know this project's going to blow up and I want more women to buy World of Women. And so his bag in there and supporting it because his bag was in there.
Hey, Kas,
He
you're
actually
breaking up.
that slot for other women to pick up that PFP. And then back to my question, what Distance was asking about for.
Kas, you're breaking up pretty bad.
Yeah, it's so hard for me to hear your question. I'm trying so hard to piece it together, but I'm kind of only hearing every other word. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I think we got to move on for now until Kas gets her connection back.
Yeah, let me know when I.
Kas, you there?
Yeah.
You're still breaking up pretty bad, so maybe we'll do another question and go back to.
Sounds good.
All right, Ashley.
Or one idea is you could just write it in the little comment section, and then we could read it out.
Absolutely, yeah. Anyone who's listening who has any questions, throw it in there, and we'll go through them and read them out. Ashley, you got any questions?
I was just gonna give a little feedback, and I really love the art, and I saw that y'all had a collab with Invisible Friends, so that's really cool. One thing though, I am curious about, like, NFTs are kind of dependent on like especially during a bear market, they're really dependent on hype, and a lot of that is centered around who's all involved in the projects and everything like that. Are y'all just kind of starting on the promo, or is there anybody in particular that you're working with that's well known in the space? Can you tell me a little bit about that, just because I've never heard of you guys before, and that really will help me.
Sure. Yeah. And thanks for the question and feedback. I couldn't answer, I think, the second question, which is kind of marketing related. So this might overlap a little bit. But specifically, as far as crypto NFT native Web3 marketing goes, so we've done about 60 collabs to date, and many more coming. Some of the ones that I could name are Doodles Alpha, Cool Cats, Invisible Friends, like you mentioned, Dead Fellas, OK Bears, D Gods, Azuki, you name it, right? And so that's been massive to getting essentially organic eyeballs and true communities that we respect into our first kind of communities, into our server, into our Twitter. In addition to that, I'm not sure because I got disconnected. We've supplemented this with traditional press. Natalie's been out to New York Fashion Week, speaking on various panels there about the streetwear element of our collection. We have Alchemy all the way up to the CEO. He's been supporting us in the press as well, endorsing us in public quotes. And we have, I think we've dropped about a dozen now articles covering us, covering our roadmap, and they've been picked up from everyone from Crypto News, CoinMarketCap, Business Insider, etc. To your point, though, as far as maybe influencers in the kind of NFT Twitter kind of community, we have just kind of kicked off spaces and AMAs about a week ago. We've done maybe half a dozen to date, and they're ramping up very quickly. We want to do as many as possible to get the awareness out. But essentially, our position is that with the tech partner that we have in Alchemy, with the incredible artist that is a co-founder in Shakotoy, And now with all these amazing collabs and advisors that we have that are crypto native, we'll be getting the word out quite quickly.
Yeah, I was gonna say I looked at your guys' page and there's only like 6 people that I follow that actually follow your page, and you guys have 34,000 followers, and I'm just wondering, like, who are those people? Like, is this like people outside of NFTs? Because it just seems crazy to have that many followers, but only 6 people that have like any relevance in NFTs following you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. As kind of Mick just mentioned, a lot, like pretty much all of our followers either came from Luis, who is probably well known in more real life, Choco Toy, who's our artist. And then through all the collabs that we did, we've done so many that either they were Discord native collabs where they followed us on Twitter, or Twitter collabs where, you know, it was kind of people following from other Twitter accounts. It was kind of giveaway based, but all in the NFT community. But it's hard to say who. I know your question is who exactly are these people. I mean, most of them are I guess I would have to assume crypto interested people. Otherwise, I don't know why they would kind of follow us along. But you know, our Discord is kind of where things are really popping, and that's where we know a lot more about our community, where we're actually talking with them. We know where people are from, and we spend a lot of time kind of building up the community in our Discord.
Floor, go for it.
Yeah, so kind of like my first test that I do whenever I come across a project is I do what NFT God said. I go to the mutual followers, and it is like very low in terms of mutual followers, which is fine. I've seen a lot of successful projects with not being heavily in the NFT space. But if the main source of your followers are coming from like these press releases and these articles that you guys are having written, how are you going to onboard the users that are your followers, the 30,000 people that aren't in NFTs, and like they may be in crypto, but they may not be in NFTs, and they may be in the fashion industry, but not necessarily NFTs. So do you plan on onboarding all of those users and all of those followers to Mint? Because the education that goes into that is quite intense.
Yeah, you know, it's a great point and great question. And at one point we were debating the idea of having a sort of a fiat on-ramp even as part of the Mint, but we scrapped that idea. Right now, you know, what we're doing for our Mint is essentially it's going to be entirely allow list, followed by a wait list, and then if it goes there, it's going to be a public Mint if there's anything left over. So right now, out of the 7777 collection, we have 5,000 allow lists allocated already. So we have, you know, we have people's wallets, we have people's information, and we will fill that up. Immediately prior to Mint or closer to Mint, we will do some vetting to ensure that, you know, these are wallets that are very high likely that they're going to convert and Mint. You know, there's ways to do that, of course. One of the simpler ones is just to, you know, ensure that they have a certain minimum balance in their wallet. So to your question, even though I fully agree, and this is something that I want to remedy immediately through participation in talks like this and getting the word out, even though there aren't a lot of, let's say, top NFT Twitter kind of influencers following us just yet, the people who are actually are already immersed in crypto and have, you know, bought NFTs in the past and have registered with us and are ready to buy.
Great. I mean, if no one else is going to go, I'll squeeze this one in real quick. It's you said that people are going to have an amount of money in their wallet. What is your Mint price, and what value proposition do you give to people that justifies the Mint price?
Cool. Another great question. Mint price is TBD specifically, but we are obviously very aware of the market we're in, and it will be below 0.1 ETH. That's what we can kind of guarantee. Now, as far as the value, I mean, we approach this. We've run many businesses in the past. I didn't really get to introduce myself much at the beginning, but 20 years in Web 2 and tech, have run and built brands all over the world. So, you know, we believe that the value, the financial value specifically, to a holder, there should be one over and above the NFT value itself. So that means there should be some sort of passive stream of income, even if the holder does nothing with their NFT, just leaves it in a wallet. So, what we really like is the licensing back model. So essentially, in our collection, we will give full exclusive rights to every holder for the IP that they hold. But we have various streams of businesses that we're already working on, including obviously the NFT business, consumer products, the animated series. I'm not sure Natalie touched upon that at the beginning. So for all of these businesses, we will draw back on the IP that is held by the holders, and essentially we'll be licensing it back from them, thereby giving them a secondary stream of revenue or secondary stream of value. So that's our value proposition. We think it's very, very different than most of the projects out there. And the last thing I would add is, we started building a lot of our business streams 6 months ago. So we're quite underway as far as our toy and figurine line, our animation series. A lot of these things have already been our merch. A lot of these things have been thought of months ago. Factories are already working on samples. Some of this we've been teasing out. So we're kind of doing things differently given the difficult market that we're in. We're not waiting for the mint to kind of get the funding and start executing on the roadmap. We started executing on the roadmap before, and Mint's gonna basically be like our official arrival into the space.
Awesome.
Real quick,
Kas, let's go Kas and then Distant.
Can you hear me first of all? How's my
Loud and
reception?
clear.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I'll just
Awesome.
go based off of this last statement. So if you have all this Web 2 support and you've been building all these products, what makes a difference? Like, why do you guys want to drop in the Web 3 space? Because I think some things like garnish like an NFT drop, and some things you might as well like the Web 2. So what's your thought on that?
Yeah, I think the last bit of your question kind of broke up, but I think the beginning we can answer. Maybe I'll take this a little bit, and now you can jump in if you feel I'm missing anything. From a personal point of view, I've been in crypto since 2015, NFTs since 21. Massive believer in everything that is this space. Just obsessed with it, just like many of you are, and I really want to position ourselves as a business to be on the right side of history. It's an incredibly fast space. It's incredibly innovative. We don't know what the future holds. The people that we've met and the talent that's out there is far better than any talent I've worked with in Web 2 and in tech. And we think there's incredibly fun things that could be done when it comes to Web 3 in the metaverse. And Louise's art in particular lends itself very well to that. Some of that we've already kind of teased out. Some of it we have no idea what's going to come, but I know it's kind of well suited. So that's kind of my answer. But it's a great question.
Hey, I was wondering, with you guys, your Twitter profile says minting fall. There's no confirmed date. I know there's a lot of volatility in the market right now. Can you foresee anything that would cause you guys to push into next year? Or are you committed to minting this fall?
We are, I would say, barring any black swan kind of event, we're committed to launching and minting this fall. Specifically, we're looking at the very end of October, probably around, between the 20th and Halloween sometime. We feel that some of the points that were raised about us still lacking in certain followers and certain kind of visibility, we think that we will get that and be peaking at the right point in time towards the end of October. So that's the plan.
So the follow-up to that then is the amount of followers you have in the community activity in your Discord won't have any impact on the mint date. Like if you're not at a certain amount of followers by X, you won't push it.
I think we're seeing already that the topical follower count, which for sure we're keeping an eye on, and we did at the very beginning what was almost like a screener of when we'll be ready, or like a leading indicator. But I think the more important one for us is seeing the engagement and seeing the number of essentially registered wallets that we have that will pass our certain screening process. So that's the more important thing.
Awesome. NFT God.
Yeah. So in this kind of environment, it's very difficult for projects to make any sort of revenue through secondary, right? Like the royalties are just not paying for most projects nowadays. So your mint's going to be, your biggest shot at building a runway for the next several years, especially with the market looking like, this bear run might go for a long time. What are your plans for the revenue you're going to generate on your mint? So how are you going to spend that treasury? And my second question is, how long of a runway do you expect to make off your mint as well?
Sure, I could take this one. So probably maybe a little bit different than some projects that have launched. We're pretty well capitalized today. So we're self-funded today. So we're not solely reliant on our mint proceeds, but to kind of answer the question of where the mint proceeds going. We've already invested quite a bit, like heavily into tooling for our toy line. We have figurines and we have plush toys that we were already complete. We have different merchandise, streetwear kind of focused fashion that we've already invested in. And then we have probably the biggest expense item that we've committed to is our animated series, which I know we've touched on a bit, but we are not relying on secondary royalties to keep the business going. And that's primarily because of the way the market is. And I've seen the projects that have done that failed so quickly, thinking like, oh, we're just going to, make so many royalties and that's the way the business is going to keep going. No, I think that's like one stream of revenue. But really for us, that's why we're trying to bridge it with real life kind of activations and different sources of revenue that kind of go into mainstream. So with my background as a kind of toy inventor who sold toys to different stores, we see our toys going into kind of the major stores and the major kind of players that you could think of right now that we can have meetings with to get them in for line reviews. So all of this is part of the plan that doesn't just kind of, we're not relying on secondary royalties to keep the business going, but we also want, everyone in the community to see the value of their NFT continue to grow. And kind of our major, our major thing that we're focused on right now is the animated series, because we're going to give people the chance. And we think this is a unique value proposition that we're bringing to the space. But in our animated series, if we feature your NFT in the cartoon, your NFT of your Supercute NFT, of course, we will be paying you royalties because we're going to be licensing that back from you. So everyone has an equal chance to appear in the cartoon series. And that's just, again, another stream of revenue that we plan to bring into the business.
So that seems, obviously very cool. It's something a lot of projects have talked about, but I think logistically speaking, that is a very difficult thing to execute on. So marketing, brilliant. Like everyone's going to be looking at the project, but from a logistical perspective, you run a lot of risk, right? Like OpenSea has interpreted that statement before as your NFT is now a security, and it has removed projects because of that, which has totally tanked the value and ruined the project. So my question is this: one, how logistically is that going to work? How are you going to return royalties to users based on using their project? I guess let's start with that, then I'll ask follow-up questions based on that one.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, I see Mick wants to jump in there, so I'll let you, Mick, but I'll just say one thing. Like, in the toy world, it's very common to license IP for commercial rights. So that is like a legitimate kind of business that you're allowed to do, and it is not considered a security. So, when we've spoken with our legal team, kind of the way that we are going to be doing this is we have a separate Supercute World entertainment entity, which will be licensing the IP from the IP holder, and that's how we will be featuring it in our cartoon series, which then we will pay, I will pay royalties back to the owner of that IP. So logistically speaking, that's how it works. I don't know, Mick, if you want to add anything to that.
No, I mean, this is all vetted by, it's a good, obviously it's an evolving space, right? And there's a lot of gray area as far as laws are concerned. We're working with one of the top lawyers, law offices in the crypto NFT space. And they're very much on top of it to ensure that this is not structured as a royalty. Doodles, obviously, there's quite a few companies that do that, but Doodles are, a big name that comes to mind that do exactly this licensing back, or they're going to be rolling this out. So, there's certainly ways around it.
Okay, and what is the royalty structure? How much can someone expect to get paid for being featured in the show?
That's we're working on that exact payout structure, but one thing that I can share on it is we've all agreed that the more super cute characters that you own, we will stack the royalties. So if you own one and that one happens to be featured in the show, you will earn X royalties. But if you owned two, there will be a coefficient to make that royalty even more attractive. So that's the kind of mechanics of it. But as soon as we could share, which will be, probably within the next week or two, we will share those exact kind of royalty details so everybody knows well in advance.
Awesome. Danny and then Jay.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So I had a question as regards to kind of the benefits to the NFT holders. Clearly, you guys just spoke about the IP rights, but that's kind of a crapshoot of, hey, if my NFT gets listed in the show, then good for me. If not, probably not going to happen. What other benefits from the business models and streams that you guys spoke about? How do you plan to give benefits back to the NFT holders from those?
Sure. I mean, it's a great question that admittedly not all the answers, we don't have all the answers just yet, right? Some of this stuff is going to kind of evolve as the business continues developing. But if you look at the three streams of revenue that three kind of departments that we have the NFT Web3 kind of track, we have the consumer products track, and we have the animation track. I mean, all three of these are essentially going to be great ways to onboard people into the Supercute World ecosystem, and great ways to cross-pollinate, and ways to essentially bolster the overall brand. So, we obviously really want to build up this brand as a big entertainment media company and drive a lot of value to the initial holders of this collection. We also are going to be giving the IP rights exclusively to the holders of the particular NFT. So, similar to Bored Apes, you can choose to do what you wish with that IP. I mean, obviously, there are going to be some limitations. And I'm sure Natalie will want to talk about it because it's something dear to her. But we will be setting up a Supercute World treasury that will support many of these initiatives and artists to further kind of encourage and incubate business ideas.
Awesome. All right, we only got a few more minutes left before we got to jump to another project. Let's go through the remaining speakers quickly, get some questions through. Zïmmy, go for it.
Thank you, and thanks, guys. So I have a question. Obviously, content creation and IP seems to be one of the, maybe the strongest pillar of the project. So, potentially or naturally, people who are interested in the project are extremely interested in IP and story creation. One thing that comes to mind is, Jenkins the Valet. So how does this work with people who own your NFTs and going out there and developing their own stories, their own comics, their own shows? Because obviously that's something that you're looking to do as well.
Yeah, they will, kind of, Mick alluded to this, but we will be, giving the IP rights and commercial rights to the holders with some limitations. And that's more category limitations where we don't, the brand is overall a pretty clean brand. So there are things that we don't want to see, the brand participate in. But, those are probably some of the things that most of the cleaner brands in the space don't allow for. But, it's, you could be free to make t-shirts, whatever it is that you want with the IP that you own. The logo will still be our logo, and we have the trademark to that. So you cannot use our logo or our IP, but your actual super cute character, you're free to do what you want with it. And kind of reap those benefits. If you want to make your own animated series with your own super cute character, that is all for you to do and for you to decide on doing. And it doesn't impact, anything or any of the benefits that we may give to you as a holder.
Awesome. Jay Fibonacci, go for it. Sorry, I skipped over you there.
No, that's no problem. Not at all. I appreciate being here. First and foremost, I'd like to commend you on the strides that you've taken, in regards to the collaborations and so forth, the fellas and everybody else, the gods, everybody in the space, these big people, doodles in the space that have come to collaborate with you, right? Danny took a lot of my question away, and now my the only thing that's left is in regards to the IP rights and the analytics as far as like what is the proposed revenue that's somebody that doesn't have a lot wrapped up in the NFTs. I understand the stacking and stuff like that, but what's the least that somebody would be able to collect as far as residuals from you? And also you mentioned that you have male, females, you're not tying anybody to any particular aspect as far as categorizing the NFT itself, binary, whatever case scenario. Can somebody utilize all three of those aspects of that NFT with the IP rights?
Nat, you want to take it or should I?
Sure. You can go with whatever. I'm happy to answer.
Yeah, no, go ahead, because I think it's kind of in your universe as far as I can answer the last little bit if you want, but the licensing structure and fees, that's really your domain and universe.
Yeah. So, what can I tell you? I could tell you that it will be fair with industry standards. So I think I've done so many different licensing deals in my history as a toy inventor, and there, that can range anywhere from I want to say 3% up to 10% of total earnings from net earnings from that particular commercialization. So that's kind of where the royalty kind of stream will fall in. In terms of being able to use the three different versions, yes, when you buy or hold a super cute NFT, all three versions are yours to have the IP rights to and to commercialize, how you see fit.
Well, real quick comment on that. You said industry standard, but to which industry? Web 2 industry or Web 3 industry? Because I think there's also a distinct difference there, right? Like, for example, Apple coming out into the gates and saying you can purchase NFTs, their industry standard is 30%. And in the NFT space, that's like pretty ludicrous. So what are your kind of thoughts on industry in terms of Web3 industry standard and best practices there?
I was just, sorry, I don't know, maybe I cut out, but I was just comparing it to Web 2, specifically toy and entertainment industry standards for licensing back IP. So those are where the royalty percentages range from. So that's usually between 3 and 10% in the toy and entertainment industry.
Right. So my question was, Web3 has a different industry standard, right? We have different kind of expectations and best practices. So the question is, how do you kind of think about that? And when people kind of have questions on the Web3 way of doing things and what that number might mean to the consumers versus the Web2 consumers where it's standard.
I could comment there. I think, when we look at our different business lines, so when it comes to animation or when it comes to the toy kind of business line, we are going to have to follow more or less the standards that are, in place in those particular industries. A lot of this is driven by, the margins that are just simply left over and made available through obviously developing a toy line or developing an animated series. I know what you're asking, but when it comes to Web3 specific revenue streams that we have not really commented on yet, this is, TBD. There's a lot of things that obviously we're kicking around. The licensing fees or the royalties that we'll be able to pay for Web3 specific usage, that is a different business stream, and that is a different perspective. You're right. And that is not the same as the other two. Natalie was simply commenting on the toy and animation lines.
Awesome. JVig, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Really a question on the toys. You keep mentioning toys. Like, are they part of the project, or like where does this come in? Because as far as I know, there's no kids in the space.
Yeah, so you will, I guess if you kind of peep through the Supercute Twitter page or even my Twitter page, you'll be able to see some of the toys. The toys are, I want to say, if you look at them, like some of them are vinyl figurines. So, we're kind of classifying them under this toy umbrella, but they're really kind of things that we want to give to our holders. And you will see kind of the different ways in which we're going to be allocating them. Certain ones will be available for people who hold certain traits. We have a whole plush line that we also have, kind of developed that you'll be able to see. But, ultimately, the end goal here is to keep continually building the Supercute World IP, get it more out there, more well-known. And that happens through a variety of ways. So NFTs and the kind of figurines and toys that we have are all kind of part of the overall strategy where, we really want to see the IP explode. We think it's just so marketable, and it's great for merchandise, clothing, toys. Like, there's just so much that we have planned and so many kind of inbound partnerships that we're already exploring that we could see the kind of greater commercialization of all of the IP, and toys is just one part of that.
All right, let's just take one last speaker before we rotate the projects. Floor, go ahead.
Yeah, it sounds like the main source is just completely, or the main source of like value is from the revenue stream. So from my understanding, you're trying to be a pop culture brand, and correct me if I'm wrong, but have you had any successful ventures in the pop culture industry before? And yeah, that's my question.
What would you classify as pop culture? Like, my first product, I guess I could answer this, was called everyone's free to Google it. It was called the Moonlight Storybook Projector. So that was, I had done partnerships with Disney, Penguin Random House, HarperCollins, Nickelodeon. I've worked with every kind of big toy and entertainment and publishing house around. So these are all kind of connections that I've worked with in the past to build out IP of my own kind of personal IP that I owned. So I don't know if that answers the question, but if I didn't answer it properly, just let me know.
Yeah. Also, if you look at the Choco Toy, who's like one of the co-founders, they've collaborated with Adidas and J Balvin. So like, I think you guys have done some cool stuff. My whole thing is like, I wish you guys were more in the trenches of Web3. Like, I wish I saw you guys in Twitter Spaces before today. And I think like you should really double down on like trying to dig in and make as many connections as possible and like buy other people's NFTs and really support like smaller creators and just like entrench yourselves in Web3, because I do think like you guys can provide more value than a lot of projects. You guys already have a toy company and people that like know how to build things. So I think there's something here. Like, I feel better about this than so many projects I've seen. Like, I'd still be super hard on it and like I'm not gonna necessarily buy it, but I think there's something here. And I think if you really are just here every day doing this and not just like leading up to the mint, I think it seems like you guys have something more than a lot of projects, and I think they're cute. I think the like being able to choose between like binary male, female, that's interesting. I think one thing I've noticed in the space is like not everybody thinks that way. So that's also going to like push out a lot of people that are more conservative, but whatever. It's like you guys, you know, have your own plan and you have your own audience. So I think that's cool. Yeah, I think overall it's really cool and it's cute and it seems like it fits. I would just say like, I wish when I clicked on your profile that you were followed by more people and followed more people in general. So yeah, I'd say just keep like trying to learn and connect with people on a personal level, because whatever collaborations you guys did, if that didn't net you a bunch of followers that I followed, that to me is like a red flag. So I'm just like, okay, you guys need to get like more of the hardcore NFT people supporting you. And yeah, it seems like you could do that though, because you're trying to provide value back. And if you're trying to share some revenue streams with the toys and with the animation, like a lot of people can talk about wanting to do that, but like actually making a physical product is harder. So kudos to you guys so far.
Jeremiah, that's the thing though, right? With my point that I've been trying to say over for the last 2 months is that you're going to have projects who are going to come into the space who aren't going to need to do a lot of the things that a PFP project, a community project necessarily has to do. I think the more you start bringing utility, bringing revenue back, and bringing considerable value to the space, I think we're going to see more and more projects doing that. Like someone recently brought up the idea of, using NFTs, you raise $1 million and then you fund a bunch of businesses, whether you're buying a chain of, someone mentioned chain of Denny's, you're buying a mechanic shop, a car wash, any kind of business that's bringing in cash, and you have, let's say, 25% going back to holders. These companies, like, they don't need to shill to the whole Web3 space, right? They can just bring in, let's say 500, 1,000 investors who are buying in for, 1 ETH each, 2 ETH each. And that's a high value asset that is just bringing in revenue. And they could bring a projected timeline of when you're going to make back your initial investment, and everything afterwards is profit. So I think that there is, like I mentioned this the other day, like there's categories for projects and categories for companies utilizing the tech, and we need to start differentiating between them. I think that the Supercute project kind of falls in the middle. I wouldn't say it's differentiated, that much, but it's definitely something like to consider with projects of how we also use data to compare projects. A lot of projects aren't going to be comparable over the next few months that are going to come in doing something new.
Yeah, totally. I think licensing is one of the best things people can do and try to figure out to provide value to their holders. Like, I think the giving people IP rights, like we've already seen that so many times, and like what people actually know how to do and what they'll actually do is so small compared to what the project founders can do for their holders. So it's really up to them to provide value in my eyes. So it's like, yeah, having that know-how to like license thing and make it easy for the holders to just like submit their PFP. Maybe there's contests for it or something, because it's not like you can use every character. Like if you guys are making physical toys, I'd imagine you'd only have like a few different models of the toys. So I think like, I don't know how the value is going to go back to all the holders for that, but there's a million things you can do. There's a million products you can make. It could be little patches or buttons or whatever. And then if you guys are out there hustling it and getting it into actual big box retailers, and like that, I think is a valuable thing that not a lot of people are doing. And I don't think even Doodles is really trying to work out deals like that. They're more like, oh, you're buying this and you're a fan of the project. You're not necessarily like going to be winning as they make more and more money.
Absolutely. All right. Supercute, thank you so much for coming up. Do you have any closing remarks before we move on to the next project?
Yeah, I'll just say thank you, Moishe. Thanks everyone for even just this last 5 minutes of feedback and listening to things. I think that, it's as fun as it's been, kind of bringing everything together and launching a project in Web3. I think that, we do have to get deeper involved in Web3 and make more connections. We just started doing that recently. Obviously, even with people like Moishe, and we've worked with a couple others. We just started Twitter Spaces last week. And it's for this exact reason. While we have really great Web 2 connections, and if we've done all this amazing stuff in Web 2, I think that we are still kind of building out our team of advisors and always looking for advice. Like, if there's anything better that you think we could be doing to better connect with the Web3 community, we're always all ears, because that's our number one priority right now, and we want to make sure that we're prioritizing the right community and the right things.
Oh, I just muted myself there. All right, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys coming up here. Let's move on to the next project. We'll do a little room reset. If you have
Hey, Moish.
Yeah, what's up?
I just have one thing before they go. Can I ask something, please?
You can message. We're running behind time. DM them. We'll just got to do a little room reset and bring up the next project. DMs are all open. You guys can always remember, DM anyone. Messages always work. All right. Gentle. What's up, man? You always bring the vibes. How's it going?
I guess he's not writing right now.
I guess he's not writing right now. No, he's probably... Oh, he just messaged me 1 second. All right. Tribal, what's going on, man? Before we bring up the next project, we'll do a little introductions. How's it going, Tribal?
Life is good. I just pulled this Renga today to change my PFP. And yeah, great. That was your first project for the day?
That was the first project for the day, yeah. I think the way we're going to do these, structure these spaces, it's going to be like one every other week. It's going to be like 2 to 3 projects, and give it about 30 to 45 minutes per project. There's a pre-vetting questionnaire that we built out now. And, just bring on projects and have people just grill them with questions. It takes, honestly, a little guts to come up here, because you have people like Floor hit them with a bunch of questions, NFT God, that were hard hitting. A lot of people hit them with questions, and it's like projects really struggle. We are a nicer space. We're not so bullying on this space here. It is more relaxed, and we let people go sometimes more than they should. But this is just it's a cool format. I like it. We'll see what you guys think. Gentle, you back, man? Still not writing. All right. The next project we got is A Kid Called Beast. So come on up. Tell us what you're about. Give us your elevator pitch, and we'll dive right into it.
You bet. Hey, how's everybody doing? Yeah, my name's Raf, Rafsby on Twitter. I'm one of the co-founders of the project, and yeah, we're just we're kind of a fun NFT that we built for our souls, something fun. My background is in the Web3 space. I own a Web3 agency called loudchain.co with my partner CryptoCrad. We've worked on a bunch of token and coin projects in the past, and yeah, we just kind of wanted to do something different, something that was there not to be something that's a financial instrument or anything like that. We wanted something that was encompassing of all our interests: art, music, fashion, live events, and yeah, we kind of wanted to have a place to hang out with our friends, meet new people, make friends, and yeah, just build cool stuff, just stuff that's exciting and fun, and stuff we enjoy. It started off as just an art project, and then it turned into this thing that's a lot more.
So what is this? Explain what this is.
Yeah, you bet. So it's hard to explain. It's hard, I guess, to put a label on it, but I guess it's we're essentially trying to build like the Web3 Mickey Mouse. That's the easiest way I can explain what we're doing. We're basically trying to combine art, music, fashion, collectible toys, 3D art. We have a fully functional augmented reality already on our website, so you can test it out. And basically, we're trying to create an environment where people can kind of hang out with like-minded people. We're giving full IP rights. I mean, obviously, everybody's kind of giving full IP rights these days to projects, but that's something that we're doing. We're offering full IP rights to everybody, allowing people to kind of create and develop, fun things. And we're trying to put like a utility first perspective.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest, man. From what you've been saying, I'm not understanding what the project's about.
Yeah, I mean, it's an art toy collective. We're doing stuff in music. We're doing like a record label. We're doing live events. We're networking. We're building out things. We're launching on day one with a 7-chain DeFi swap for holders. It's called Beast Swap. That's a cool utility for the project. And yeah, we're basically just kind of building out 3D models. It's primarily an art project. We're building out 3D models that people can use in different metaverses. Rigged characters. All 10,000 are completely unique, and they're fully 3D. I guess it's the easiest way to kind of go over it is just by kind of showing a deck, I guess. But we're doing a
Can't do that.
We're doing a lot. It's hard to kind of wrap it up into a few sentences, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem though. You got to get the pitch down for an audio space. Let's let people get into it. NFT God, go for it.
Yeah, just to kind of back up what Moishe was saying is you just have to have an elevator pitch ready to go. It seems like you're doing everything on the planet, which, hey, if you can pull it off, you guys are geniuses. But I think you just got to work on being able to tell us what the project is in 20 seconds or less. But to my question is, you mentioned a whole lot of things right there. What makes you better equipped to do all those things than other projects?
We're building utility first. We're not doing like a Kickstarter project where we collect a bunch of funds and then start building out stuff after. We've already started building, and we're still building. We've been building for almost a year now, creating kind of all the stuff that we wanted to do up front, and then making it so that when people do mint out, they have already some functional things they can use from day one. And that's something I found that 99% of projects lack, especially on delivery. It's safe to say that a lot of these projects are created by people who have never run businesses before. They've never set up a corporation. They don't know how to deal with accountants. They don't know how to deal with legal. And so when it comes to, collecting a bunch of ETH and then going and creating physical products, they don't even know the first step about off-ramping crypto and actually paying suppliers and manufacturers to actually develop goods and complete their roadmap. And so a lot of these projects inadvertently and intentionally in a lot of cases become slow rugs just because the founders are inexperienced when it comes to developing, Web 2 based businesses that are kind of the foundation of their utility.
Yeah, you started out by saying that it was a more just of an art project, but then now you're talking about like how you planned all this utility before everything. So I think that's kind of confusing. Where I'm like, okay,
yeah,
is this
for
like
sure. Yeah,
all
I
about
probably should have
utility?
started with that.
So I looked at your guys's your other company. So it seems like you launched a bunch of crypto tokens. So that's like your background. How many of those like have been rugs?
We don't launch them. We're not founders in those projects at all. We're in charge of marketing, right? So like people hire us to do a bunch of different things when it comes to consulting on projects.
For the consulting, strategies. Like how many have you consulted on that have been rugs?
A lot of them are actually still around, honestly. I mean, some of them, obviously they don't end up working out, but like I think Polkadot's obviously still around.
How many tokens have you consulted on that have launched?
Probably over 300.
Wow. Okay. So you guys are definitely experienced in like helping pump things. But
yeah, like we definitely we build out things that or campaigns, so to speak, that do pump. Yeah, like we that's our job. It's a marketing agency. We make things go viral. But this has nothing to do with what we've done in terms of tokens and crypto projects. We're building our passion project here. Like we're building kind of our dream NFT, something that we found was kind of missing in the space, and we wanted to create something that was unique to the space and kind of put our own flavor on it. Just because when we wanted to own something like we're building, it didn't really exist. I mean, minus obviously a few projects that have done very, very well. We wanted to kind of put our own flavor on it, and like that's what we're here to do. We're just creating.
What is the different thing that you're building that doesn't exist?
Creating something that's fully 3D, like an augmented reality NFT that isn't just a 2D PFP with some IP rights. Like we're doing, I guess, a 3D version of
So
a lot of this stuff.
You don't know of any other 3D NFT projects?
Yeah, I mean, there's CloneX for sure, and they're like, they're working with Nike. Obviously, they got their own thing going on, but like, I mean, they're not really tackling music or anything. They're not really tackling, collectible toys or anything like that. Like we're trying to build something that's like more for like streetwear and collectible kind of enthusiasts and kind of hype enthusiasts.
Is that your guys? Is there anybody with that background in the project, like from like the sneaker industry or like collectibles industry?
Oh, like high up in the sneaker industry or like high up in the collectible industry? No, absolutely not. This is something that we want to get into, and it's something that we're trying to get into.
Okay, so you think that after like consulting on a bunch of token projects that you're going to be able to like compete with people that have the experience in like launching collectibles and music projects and become the next Disney of Web3?
Like I said, we're trying to build and start somewhere, right? Like obviously we're not going to start off becoming competitor to Mickey Mouse. Like absolutely not. That's ridiculous, and like suggesting that is a little kind of like, okay, you're really coming in on me right now. That's fine, but no, we're just trying to build something fun, like with our friends. That's all it is. Like we're not trying to say that we're going to become this massive IP. We're going to try. We're going to definitely work our asses off. We're definitely a startup. We're fully self-funded. We've already sunk a bunch of money into this project. And yeah, that's what we're just trying to do. We're just trying to have fun with our friends. We're just trying to build cool things.
Yeah, I guess I feel, I don't know. I think you guys are good at marketing. You guys obviously made a bunch of money, so you need to put in. But I'm just wondering, like, what is the unique thing? Like, I haven't heard anything that hasn't been done. So it's like, you can say that you're doing something that hasn't been done, but you haven't said anything that, and like, you don't even know the projects that have already done it, which makes me think that you don't really know that much about what's actually happening in the space. Like if you don't know,
I spend like 4 to 6 hours every day in Twitter Spaces, just like hanging out and just like wondering and asking people what they're doing and learning about projects and networking with different projects and buying into different projects that I like. So I mean, I would say that's incorrect, just because this is your first time learning about me.
All right, let's go over to Tribal. So let's keep it moving.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to ask you for your first round of secondary holders, like, so not the people who will be in on your mint, but the people who will buy. Like, let's assume that you guys are able to do a great marketing job, and you sell for a certain X above mint price. Like, what are going to be like the top 3 ways you're going to be adding value to those people who buy the top over the 60 days after your mint?
For sure. So, I mean, the key focus of the brand is kind of onboarding a lot of people that are, getting into NFTs for the first time. So we want to be a lot of people's very first NFT. And so, with that said, a key component of the project is creating kind of a lottery and a raffle system for people that, get into the products that we're going to be selling. So, for example, collectible toys, clothing. Anybody that purchases these items will be entered in a raffle to win an NFT. And so inadvertently, that kind of also it onboards new people, and it creates a mechanism where there's incentive for people to both purchase products to get essentially a seat on the board with the NFT and the curation of where the brand is going and where the brand's headed. But it also kind of loads the treasury so that we can continue to do activations and fun events for different brands. A component of the project too is functioning as an agency to onboard Web2 brands as well. And kind of allowing them to have that kind of like internal or kind of, I guess, underground experience in getting integrated into the Web3 space. Because a lot of Web2 brands, they come in thinking, yeah, we're just gonna basically start an NFT, and then it just becomes a gross failure for them. And the reason for that is because they don't integrate themselves in like Web3 culture and NFT communities. They're not on the ground floor with people, talking with people in spaces, and they're not integrating themselves prior to these launches. So we kind of want to be a facilitator for a lot of Web2 brands to be able to integrate into a Web3 and help them kind of with their collections as well. And so being a consultant for Web2 brands, that allows us to also build our treasury, allows us to do more with the project, and it doesn't become a matter of like, hey, the project is completely relying on NFT sales to fund its endeavors. We're able to do different things to keep our treasury hot and keep our treasury high, so that we can perpetually keep adding value to the project.
I'll try and hop in. So how does people buying physical merchandise equate to onboarding them into Web3 when, one, you said buying that merch will give them a chance to enter to get an NFT, a chance to get an NFT? So one, not everyone that buys merch will be able to get one. Two, that action does not onboard anyone just because now they have an NFT opportunity. And so then what is your plan of educating and onboarding? And I'm not talking about like, hey, get a wallet, but like really, really onboarding your audience in there and teaching them about certain things so they don't get, rugged further beyond your project. And then lastly, you mentioned that you would help them with their collections if they wanted to launch something, which kind of sounds like a funnel upon a funnel, because it's like, hey, we marketed for over 300 projects. We could do your marketing. Just pay us for marketing as well. So it kind of just gives me this interesting like circle of finances for you guys. So yeah, my question is, how does Web2 merch help onboard an audience?
You bet. So just introducing people that have never experienced Web3, or the difference between a Web2 brand and a Web3 brand, making them get interested in becoming involved in the creative process and the curation process of what's going on with the brand. Most of the stuff we've created was stuff that people in the community asked us to create, and so we facilitated that. Like we initially just started off as just a year ago, it was just like just an art project. That's all it was. But as people kind of joined the community and started telling us what they wanted, we started building out kind of more stuff. So that's I guess the real purpose of the NFT. It's a seat in house to be able to kind of determine and help shape a brand. That's something that's not traditionally available in Web2 brands. Web2 brands typically, it's a one-way kind of megaphone of a brand and a few people telling you what they want and what they're going to sell you, and then you either buy it or you don't. And if you buy it, you don't really get a voice in the brand beyond that. You don't really get a shape anything. You basically just you shape things only with your wallet. With this particular project, we're letting people just curate what they want next, and just like we're just letting them kind of determine what's going to happen with the brand, and then we just execute on that for them.
Who's the artist behind the actual artwork?
So his name is Zïmmy AllXn. He goes by Mr. Cat. He's a really well-known character artist. He's one of the co-founders in the project. He's worked with Nike, Apple, Sony, Instagram, Meta, Facebook. He did the last augmented reality campaign for Instagram. So yeah, we approached him with the idea, with the concept for the character, and he took it and he brought the character to life. He spent about 3 months just developing the character alone.
What's his name?
I don't think you.
I don't see
ahead,
it anywhere in the bio.
Sorry, what was
that? It's nowhere in the bio. Who's the artist? Because you said it's an art project, but I'm trying to look for the artist.
You can find it on Instagram. I found it on Instagram. It's Mr. Cat and Friends, Cat spelled with a K. Yeah, he it says in his bio that it's Nike Instagram, and the account looks legit too. If you don't mind, I'll hop in real quick. So, like, it sounds to me that your whole brand model.
Go to Praxy before. He's been waiting. Praxy and Jay. We'll get to you right after.
Hey, thank you. So, question off of what you last said. You're going to let the community vote into what you're going to create in real product. Does that mean you're setting up a DAO? And you also mentioned that you actually don't need any kind of mint profit. You didn't say any mint profit, but does that mean we're expecting like a really low mint?
Yeah, it would be a really low mint, and yeah, we are doing a DAO process for the entire project.
Awesome. JVig, go for it.
Hey,
Yeah, so this has been quite hard to listen to for me, to be honest. I'm just a bit stunned. So you started by saying that slow rugs were usually inexperienced people in Web 2, and then went on to say that you're inexperienced in Web 3 when it comes to making a project. So, I mean, I'm not really interested in hearing about Web 2 credentials, because you can throw around names all day long, but I mean, we've seen big brands rug not be successful. So, like, experience in Web 2 doesn't really translate over. The other question I had was really like, how in what way do you expect people to be onboarded just from the art? Like, I'm not really understanding.
Was that a stab at the art?
Well, no, I'm hearing a lot of like, you're saying exactly like what you plan to do, but not in a detailed enough way that I can understand how you're going to get people from Web 2 into Web 3. That's what I'm trying to understand.
For sure. So a lot of it is just holding. Oh, I'm doubling up right now. Can you hear me? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so a lot of it. Oh, what the heck? I'm just like doubling up.
Speaker, you have to close your mic, speaker.
Speaker, yeah, close the mic.
Thanks. Sorry about that. Yeah, so a lot of it's just hosting spaces and teaching people about the difference in between Web 2 and Web 3, and hosting spaces in places that aren't necessarily traditional Web 3 enthusiast places like Twitter. Going in and onboarding people through processes like Instagram, and hosting educational spaces on Discord. In live chats there, and kind of teaching people about it. Like, I've got everybody on the team has a lot of friends and family members and different connections that we have on like Instagram and different social media platforms. And so a lot of people like are still very green, and they don't know anything about NFTs, like completely like nothing. And so like the whole process of education is like a big component of like, what is this? What are the benefits? Why are we doing this? It's a process that takes time. Like I said, like we're not something that just like came out like last week, and then something we built on Fiverr, paid some kid $1,500 to do an Azuki derivative. Like, this isn't that. I know you guys are asking a lot of great questions. Can you please turn the speaker off? Just until I'm finished talking. It's really screwing me up. Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, so I mean, essentially, we're just taking our time with it. Like, we don't have a mint date announced yet. We want to make sure that what we build is good, and it does provide value. Again, we're not trying to create a security for anyone either. Obviously, that's illegal. We're just trying to create something that's, like I said, the foundation of it is fun, and the utility primarily is entertainment. Like, we're just trying to do cool things. That's all it is, really. Like, we're not trying to do some miraculous thing. We're not building a metaverse. We're not promising to build a metaverse. We're just building cool things that the community wants us to build.
I'm sorry, man, but there's so many red flags with what you've said. It's unreal to me. Like, the fact that you had to say that the Instagram account looks legit, and mention Fiverr artists, like, and all of these previous projects that sound like you're pretty adamant were rugs. Like, I can't help but think that you're just waiting to rug people.
Wow, are you serious, dude? I'm completely fully doxxed. Like, I show my face on everything. I keep the same social media for everything. I use the same username for everything, and I've been using the same account for like over a decade. So like that sounds just like a personal attack. And if you have a gripe against the project, that's totally fair. That's totally fair. Like, whatever. You're free to have your opinion, but like, it sounds like a personal attack at this point.
I mean, I don't know you personally.
Hey, all right, guys, let's take a breath there right quick. Not the vibe we're going for. It's a review over here. We do things a little differently over here. We do have we have a co-founder, Caleb Smiler, for the project. Love to have him speak a little bit as well. And Jay Fibonacci, you got your hand raised, so let's go with Jay and then Floor.
All right, great. First and foremost, I'd like to actually commend you on it's I mean it was
You're right, Jay.
Yeah, you're rugged, Jay.
All right, how about now? Am I okay?
Yeah, you're good now. Go for it.
Well, first I'd like to commend you on the obvious level of commitment that you put into the project. You invested, and we appreciate you bringing something before us that actually looks like it could be something. You know what I mean? But I have like a couple of layers to what I have to say. Well, for one, I want to make a statement. Somebody came to me the other day with a MasterCard or some kind of card from like a crypto exchange, and they were saying that you get a free NFT with it, right? So, my immediate reaction was like, if it's not blue chip, I don't give a damn about the NFT, right? You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna let anybody bait me in with an NFT that's not like something blue chip where I'm gonna run in. So my first question is how do you plan to successfully position yourself as a gatekeeper in Web3, running Web2 companies into Web3? How are you going to position yourself there? And what is your actual starting point? What's the one thing that's going to attract everybody to your brand so you could branch out? You have to start somewhere in order to branch out. So where's that place that you're starting?
I'll jump in there. So yeah, just quickly jumping in. My name's Caleb. I'm also a co-founder behind a kid called Beast. I'll give Raph a little bit of a break. Just to summarize what's been happening so far in this Twitter talk, we're on the hot heat, so I can understand everyone's giving us the hard questions, and that's only fair. I guess we started off with the back foot, and hopefully we can continue the conversation in a more neutral manner.
Listen, big guy. I embrace you. I totally embrace you. You could come up here.
Yeah, for sure.
You could come up here and get a group hug. Everybody could bring it up here. You know what I mean? You don't got to leave with that. We're all good. We're gravy. Listen, put some gravy on the mashed potatoes. Put it on the plate, and let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah, thanks, man. I wasn't specifically targeting you as just the general.
We're just gonna lead. We're just gonna lead on our best foot, and we're gonna get it going in a positive way. Let's do it. This is what we're about over here. Let's go.
All right, cool. So yeah, to touch on your question, you're mainly asking about how we're going to kind of funnel Web2 brands into our project and Web3 and NFT.
Even greater than that,
whole.
I want to know how you're going to be the gatekeeper. There's a lot of people trying to be gatekeepers out here. Now, something's going to have to make you special being that gatekeeper. Why are people going to want to choose you as a gatekeeper? How are you going to position yourself? Come on, let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I guess there's a few steps involved for us to become a gatekeeper. One of them, most importantly, would be brand positioning ourselves. So we really need to establish our brand, build our community, and kind of develop a culture around what we're doing. As Raph has already spoken about, music is a big part of culture for us. Also, activations within our Discord and social events there. Looking at other products to kind of flesh out our brand, and people enjoy and buy into our brand on the other side. But we're trying to ultimately create a more accessible point for Web2 brands to enter our project. And we've already been speaking to a couple of brands, larger brands, which has been very, very fun to collaborate with them on. Nothing is going to be announced until we launch, but that will have, just our way of doing things. Without specific NFT, we've developed this dynamic metadata that we've got on the back end that kind of it can change over time and evolve. And with that, we are able to create a collaboration for, say, a brand which we'll call Nike, just for example, and we create a brand activation with them, and we release a limited amount of sneakers, 3D NFT sneakers in collaboration with Nike, Now, if you were to purchase that NFT, you'll be able to merge that with our NFT, and the metadata will change and the artwork will change, and your NFT will essentially evolve over time. The more that we start incorporating other brand collaborations, every NFT will eventually, in theory, look different in 5 to 10 years. And with that, we're able to one, build out our treasury, supporting us to fulfill our roadmap as a second revenue generator. Two, we're able to connect with two brands to our project and kind of establish a new way of doing things for NFTs.
Moishe, you might need to remove Rotten. I think.
You guys are really living up to your name right now.
Yeah. So sorry. So yeah, we're streamlining that kind of funnel from Web 2 to Web 3 specifically for our project, and we can build this technology out and also develop it for other projects. There are also competitors already out in the market. It's quite a competitive space. Obviously, we had this already envisioned quite a while ago, and these other competitors have rushed it to market. But there are a few caveats in how they've approached it. We've looked at the docs, and I think we've got a few solutions a bit more elegant and a bit more universal. So I guess in all, one, brand positioning, super important. Two, creating a streamlined funnel for Web 2 and Web 3 brands to collaborate. And I think that's going to help support us to become a gatekeeper. Obviously, right now we're in our conceptual phase, and this is all conceptual. That's why we haven't launched. We're not really a project that's rushing to market just to get that mint cash and then kind of, see what happens. If we do it, great. If it doesn't, well, we did pretty well with the mint money, and we slowly dissolve or something that we see in the space. We're actually super passionate about this project. It's really a labor of love, and we put our blood, sweat, and tears into it. And we're definitely not doing it in easy mode with the current NFT market and also crypto market, and let's also say the global markets. But we're still sticking at it, and we really want to position ourselves and build in this time. So let's say when there's a more stronger market, that we're in a really good spot to really, as you say, become a gatekeeper in this space.
I'm going to say something. Through everything that you said, right? I was trying to follow you, right? Yeah, and there's nothing personal. I love you. I love the PFP, but your voice was like kind of mirroring the image of your PSP. You lacked so much energy, you lacked so much passion that you kind of lost me at a certain point. And we went around a lot of places, but you still didn't bring me to that one thing that makes you special. I was looking for the one thing that you're gonna base the foundation of what you're doing it on. You know what's making people come to you, and I still didn't hear it. So what's the one thing?
Well, just the first tap on what you just first said there. Yeah, I'm not a hype man. We have a couple
It
guys
doesn't
that
matter. It doesn't matter. I'm excited about seeing you today. I'm very excited. It's like I went to your page, right? I went to the page with Kid over here, and I was looking at the art, and I was like, wow, he was talking about Mickey Mouse and all that shit. I was looking through the pictures, and I was like, okay, I see it. I see the hands, I see the feet. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I saw certain things, right? And I was like, okay, let me listen to this guy right here, because I think he might be onto something, because he's saying Mickey Mouse was big as fuck. Okay, so at the end of the day, I want some of that that Cockosaurus Rex Mickey Mouse energy, and I'm not getting that from you, and you need that on your team if you're gonna present your shit. You know, I love it. Maybe you're the guy who's in the boardroom, you know what I mean, and who could lock down a deal with Nike, but you know, I'm nobody over here, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just a face in the crowd. I'm a small fish in a big pond, and I'm enjoying the energy and I'm enjoying the atmosphere, and I like what everybody's bringing to the table, but I bring the real shit, right? So, at the end of the day, I need to know the one thing that's locking your community in. that's locking everybody into your project, that's making that's enabling you to bring shit to fruition that you're building on. What is that thing?
And do you plan on hiring a Caucasaurus Rex?
Yeah. So
I am.
entertainment
I
and
listen.
friendship,
Hold
I
on.
would
Wait.
say.
I am Caucasaurus reptilium. I'm that guy. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
aVeela, let's you've been waiting there a while. What's up? What's your take?
Yo, what's going on, man? Actually, I was listening to our boy Jay kind of give some feedback, and to be honest, I'm kind of on the same boat. I was listening to his voice; it was a bit monotone, you could say, and I'm not trying to talk shit, to be honest, because I want to encourage people to be able to do their project. But like Jay had mentioned, you really can't underestimate having a strong team. Whatever it is that you may lack, you definitely want to be able to find people that can help you, cover that slack and help you, recover in the areas that you're not as strong in. And I think that's something that you may look for in order to be able, because I was going through your profile as well. You do have some decent art, but you have to have somebody to sell it, dude. You can have the best fucking product in the world, but if you don't have anybody to sell it, it's not gonna sell. So I think you're onto something as well. And I really wish the best for you, and I wish the best for any artist and everybody, applying themselves in this Web3 area. So, yeah, that's all I really had to add.
That's some great advice. I mean, that's my perspective that I see now too. I think that the project has a lot of potential. The art's pretty cool. There's a lot of plans that sound cool. It just has to be presented in the best manner. And listen, I'm for people who've watched me in spaces, I'm a victim of this as well, right? I'm not a victim. I'm guilty of this as well. Because it's something when you're trying to bring out, especially a more complex topic, to break it down simply and in a nice way. It's hard to do, especially in the hot seat. That is something we have to always remember. In written responses, it's always easier to present things like that. But when you are coming into a space like this, in a audio only, it is, again, if you wanted to, something I suggest to all projects is make yourself a very cool, you could post like 4 pictures in a tweet and have make a thread, even something cool, like a cool visual that you could then pin to the top of a space, right? That's a great tip I'm giving out right now for all projects to do. So you could make yourself sort of a pitch deck that you could then present to an audio space. But you still need to be able to have that passion, right? You need to have if I was running a project, I would hire Gentle in a heartbeat. If you guys don't know Gentle, he's a great guy to have running your project, right? I mean, he has to speak and not be busy at the moment, but if he is around, he is awesome to have up there. You want someone who brings energy to it. So that is something that I would that is my critical approach to it. Floor, and then Kas.
Yeah, I just one quick question, and then we'll go into the next. How many team members do you have?
Like 20?
Yeah, 20.
So I just feel like you guys have a little bit too much going on, like from the outside. Like you got the art play, you have the like exchange play, like you want to be Disney World, like you just have so much going on. And like me as a consumer, like I'm not able to focus on one thing at all. Like I'm sitting here looking and I'm like, okay, well, like what am I investing in? Am I investing in like a revenue share? Am I investing in like a pop culture play? Like what am I investing in? And I think that that's going to limit you in terms of like onboarding users and onboarding people into your community. Is just there's not one thing to target. And like especially in NFTs, you do have to target that niche area. Like art is so subjective, so like just hammer on the art fact. Like just say like, look, we have a good artist, like he's done work for Apple and he's done work for Sony and all of these like great companies. Like why aren't you capitalizing on that more? And why are you not just like, yeah, we're an art play, and then don't like under promise over deliver, like be the art play and then go create like all of these cool things that the community wants you to. But like don't promise those things and don't say you're going to do those things, because like we all know that the space moves so fast and those are all going to fall through. And like what you're going to need to do is pivot into like what the hottest thing that week is, especially if you're going into like where we don't have any promises, like no roadmap, like we're just an art play. Like capitalize on that if you're going to do that. And then that was just like kind of like my advisor hat. I guess my question is like, if you are doing the angle of like no roadmap, like no promises, we're an art play and we're going to build cool shit, like how how can I buy in confidence knowing like in your background, like you have advised like rugged coins?
So hold on, what was the question?
How can I buy with confidence if knowing your background?
Like my job in this project primarily is marketing and building things out. So as far as my ability to do that, I am able to do that in terms of delivering whatever like a shitcoin has to offer, like a whatever Inu or Shiba project has to offer. It's not my job to deliver on what those teams are offering. My job is only to market, and I think I do that well. We've spent $0 on marketing to date, and we haven't paid any influencers or shillers to talk about our project. We're completely organically grown. Everybody that's joined in on the project is because simply that they either have a friend who's involved in the project, or they just love the art, or they found out about the art. We haven't done any like shilly, fake marketing type stuff. It's literally been, actually, no, that's a lie. We did a pizza party giveaway for one giveaway when everybody was giving out ETH and everybody was giving out free NFTs. We did a pizza party giveaway. So yeah, like I'm pretty proud of what we've done. We purposely wanted to build everything organically. We didn't want to have influencers getting paid to say good things. This is not that type of project. We're literally just building something that's like really true to ourselves and true to our hearts. This isn't a token or coin moon or like pump project. That's not what this is about.
So you're not like the actual person that's building the project. You're just running the social medias.
Yeah, running social medias and just networking and just like also talking on spaces, just talking to people and just like introducing them to the project and having fun along the way. Like that's why I'm doing this. If I wanted to go make a bunch of money, I'd go, work on a bunch of like, utility token, whatever types of projects. Money doesn't excite me at all anymore. So I just want to do something that's fun for me. I love art. I love music. I love fashion. I love all these things. I love events. My background is in hosting music festivals. I just want to be able to do cool shit with friends. That's it. Like I'm not gonna try to sell like some dream of like we're gonna build some crazy like metaverse blah blah blah. Like that's not what this is. It's literally entertainment, art combined into one, making friends, meeting cool people. Like it's a lot more chill than we're getting put up on the stage making it look like, I guess.
You know what? I'm gonna say something because my spirit is guiding me to say this. The way you guys came out, bro, it was just like the way you gave us this and you gave us that and you gave us this and you gave us that. You was looking like that entity. You know what I mean? Because it just wasn't structured, and you was feeling like you was all over the place, which Moishe told you as soon as you came out the gate. Which I'm looking at you, and I know you put time into this, and by your background, I know that you're passionate about these things your background, you're passionate about it. These are things that they make you. This is what has become you and what you have become. I get it. You know what I mean? So just concentrate on your passions, bro, and try to focus your energy and find that one thing first. I think Floor brought up something that was really great when he said that you have an incredible artist. Rally behind your artist and let the art be what guides your project, and lead with less and come with more, and don't promise anybody shit. You know what I mean? That way nobody's disappointed. And the more you give, the less the expectations, the greater you are. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna fall back,
I think that's really good advice, honestly, and I'll be completely 100% honest. I came totally unprepared for this. I thought I was just going to come in and just have like a casual conversation about the project. I just wanted to touch as much ground as I could.
Hold on. Wait. You mean you gonna come
wait, Jay.
NFT God, and the rest that click up here, and you're gonna say it's relaxed, man?
Yo, I actually had no idea who was gonna be here.
Listen, you messing with.
Hey, I think we're gonna try to move on to the next person. So maybe we're gonna let them finish up and just add your closing thoughts on your project.
Yeah, sweet. I think that's me. What's up, Kas again? Yeah, I think there's kind of this consensus pattern of you might be doing a lot. You didn't mention this until somebody on the panel asked, which was, are you guys going to be a DAO? So that's my first question is like, when and how are you doing that? Because that only came out when someone mentioned it. And secondly, is your artist on like your smart contract backend, or are they contracted out?
I'll answer that. So yeah, my background also, Untitled Beast is essentially a partnership of a couple of entities. We got myself, who's head at Unji Labs, and we do a lot of smart contract writing and Web3 stuff. We have Raf and his team doing marketing in the crypto space, and then we have Mr. Cat who's doing the art. So my team will be in charge of the DAO in terms of how it will be structured and whatnot. But how we have 20 beasthoods. I don't know if Raf mentioned this, but we have 20 beasthoods within the collection, and there will be a leader amongst each person in the beasthood. So we create almost like a democratic kind of structure where people have a leader within their beasthood that represents them in the overall community. That's how voting will be done. And then that voting will be done through a smart contract to set up the DAO structure and be used with the DAO structure. And voting can take place. Your second question in terms of the artist being involved in the back end with the smart contract, he is currently right now contracted to work with us. However, he will, once we are launched and there's a treasury going on, then we'll have to consult with him because he's not so strong on Web3, and whatever works best for him, then we'll do it that way. However, it might just be a simple transaction to his wallet and not done through a smart contract.
That's a pretty big red flag in my Web3 book is contracting out an artist, and then the fact that you said he's pretty new to Web3 and you're starting him off in that way instead of taking that moment to onboard them into Web3, and then you're going to onboard more people from Web2 to Web3, but you can't do that internally in your team is a bit of a red flag for me. But thanks for answering that question.
We can totally unpack it further if you like. So he's very busy and he does have a wallet and everything like this. We just haven't really spent the time to break it down. He's also located in Peru, so sending money into fiat is a problem for him. So right now his preferred payment is through fiat to his bank account. So there's always a lot of parts or elements involved with this situation that can change for every person throughout the world. But obviously we can get him up to speed when the time's right.
All right. So yeah, I think we should just have like a final closing little thing from a kid called Beast, and then we'll move on to the next project.
Yeah, for sure. I'll let Raf take it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, again, came pretty unprepared. We were just going to come and have a casual conversation about what we're building. I wanted to, obviously there's other projects that, will have a lot to say. And I just wanted to summarize, as many things as we possibly could, as quickly as we possibly could, just in respect to everybody's time. And that was my intention, just so you guys are aware of why I kind of went and tried to run through as many things as possible. So it wasn't to like be deceptive or anything. It was literally just time crunch. I know there's other projects that are going to be presenting as well too. And so I wanted to be as efficient as possible. Having known how the space has gone now, I totally would have done things completely different. Would have been way more casual and would have definitely talked more about the art and focused on the art. And I appreciate everybody's advice and feedback. It was very, very humbling and very, very good for us to hear.
Awesome. I love the way you closed that up. That was very respectful. Awesome. Thank you guys for coming up. Listen, you guys get your talking points down. Get you guys to come up another time. Thank you. Let's get a little let's get a little room change in here. A little transition.
Gentle, are we writing?
Yo, we are writing, baby. Let's go, dude. Absolute elevator music. I'm fucking loving this shit.
We're
Yo,
riding
that,
to the
Dude,
31st floor of the
dude,
fucking NFT hotel.
dude, the 37th floor. Dude, we're going to the fucking moon. That's what we're doing. I'm just grateful to be here. Grateful to have these people throwing fucking body bags at these creators. Let's ride. You know what I mean? Come up with some fucking passion. Like, Jay, you're my fucking guy, dude. Spirit animal. Like, you give me fucking 30 seconds, I'll sell your ass on Tornado, dude. Like, let's ride. Like, come on. Bring me some energy. I get it. Not everybody can speak. That's okay. Just bring some fucking passion. You can sell anything with passion. Let's go.
Geno, why are we stopping on the moon, right? I mean, man walked on the moon. There's footprints up there. Why even stop there? Let's take this elevator music and ride it up, like, out of the stratosphere, you know?
I'm down, dude. Let's go, dude. I'm taking, like, Uranus was my favorite. Let's go, baby. Uranus was my favorite planet. You know what I me? So I'll go there.
Yeah, this shit feel like Rio de Janeiro.
Too many mics.
Yo, JVig, your mic got issues, man. There's whenever you come off mute and someone else is talking, we got this rough echo. You gotta fix your mic situation.
It's me. It's me.
No,
no.
JVig.
JVig.
We
got JVig.
All these J's is making me confused, bro.
JVig has a toxic microphone. I don't know what it is, but it's bad. Maybe try to leave the space and come back, and we'll bring you back. Maybe restart your phone or something.
Jace Summers, you came in with a little energy. What's up, man?
Yo, what's up, guys? I just want to say, NFTs are cool and everything, even though God doesn't like them, but that's okay. You gotta find a fuck buddy and make babies, all right? This is a thing. I know it sounds a little crazy, but this is what we need to do for the future of humanity. And I just wanted to let you guys know.
Yo, Jace, your bio, right? Let's talk about that. You got actor, comedian, entertainer, politician. The flavors are there. Star fans. Yo.
Yeah.
Is that you in your profile picture?
Yeah.
Love it, man. Awesome. Yo, Gentle, we gotta build a hype crew. A project of just hype people.
Listen, dude, yes. I'm the fucking hype man. Put me in a fucking music video, dude. I'll go absolutely wild. Don't be saying too much shit, Moishe. Like, I'm coming out with a project. I'm just probably not coming out with it for a while. So that shit's gonna be crazy. But listen, I want to be the hype man. Like, I want to get up here and talk for the fucking kid, dude. I was like, let's go, bring me up, dude. I was like, put me in, coach. Let me spin. I will fucking sell this shit. And that's all I want I just want fucking founders that are passionate. And like, anybody that's passionate, you can be passionate about hosting this space. Like, fuck, man. That's the enthusiasm that's lost in this world is just so scary. And I'm here to just spread positivity, and we are just riding.
Gentle, I think you need to just have a project that's like the Tornado token, and they buy it, and then they get the utility of you coming up and just being like, we're fucking riding, let's go. Just like make it a little more exciting than somebody being like, yeah, we're going to launch this community project, and like, it's never been done before. We got 10,000 of these things. Disney, please give us your money. Thanks.
Yo, JexrØmiah, if I made a project and Gentle was my utility, right? You get to borrow Gentle for your project for like 10 minutes a night. I think we're missing out.
Yeah, it's definitely missing. Like, I would fucking do it. Like, I definitely will never be the person to change my tone to like sound more excited. Even though I'm fucking excited, I just don't sound as excited as that guy. So I might as well hire him to go be the excited person.
Yo, you give me 30 seconds with you in the morning, you're running through walls. That's all I gotta say.
Yo, Gentle, you gotta get yourself a service out there, man. It's awesome. Like,
you should call it human cocaine.
Love it.
Yeah.
Nah, it's just pure fucking adrenaline over there, man. I just get into the adrenaline. You know what I mean? It's like a burst of energy. You hear something, you feel something. People feel what you're feeling. Next thing you know, you're converting energy. You're sending somebody energy. They're giving it back to you. You know, that's why.
Guys, what's up, dude?
You know, listen, at the end of the day, if you have a problem, just divert the energy, send it somewhere, and come back with some new energy, and then you win everybody over with the new energy. That's how we do things over here. Let's fucking go. Let's do it.
Dude,
Awesome. I hope you guys get every fucking sale on your NFTs and milk the fucking money out of them, all right? Fucking milk the money out of them.
Dude, Jay has like that Snoop Dogg vibe, dude. Jay has that Snoop. He's like, yo, everything cool, man. Everything
One,
chilling, dude.
2, 3 to the 4. You already know. Let's do it. Let's go.
Dude, Moshi, bro. Dude, hey, guys, Rotten Eggs totally deserve to be kicked off, all right? Hey, read the fucking room, boys. Like, you can't be doing those noises when you guys are harping down on another project. We can't be doing that shit.
It's just a rotten project.
Yeah, it's terrible. James, you'd agree, no?
Dude, yeah, like, I you know what? I literally commented. I said, I think I messaged you, Moshi. I was like, yo, dude, like, I deserved it, okay? Like, there's times to be rotten. There's times not to be. Kas, was I kind of annoying? Sure. But I did actually want to voice my opinion on the project and, not rip them apart. So I just felt like everyone was like beating him down to the ground. I'm like, holy shit, this poor guy. But he was just saying all the wrong things. So I was like, come on, dude. Like,
It was
kept being rotten.
It was the wrong energy. I mean, listen, here's the thing though, James. The way I want to design this space is we're not bullying people, right? If someone gets like too personal or anything like that, we're going to shut that down. The point is it's going to be brutal. It's funny because people pay for this, right? To have a review by a panel like this, to have Jeremiah review your project, you should be paying for that, right? To get that kind of review. We have a elite panel of people, right? Floor's jumping out their questions, Jay's jumping out those questions, and people are coming with unique viewpoints, and it's awesome. I absolutely love it. It's an incredible vibe. I got a bunch of positive messages already. This is the first time we're doing this, and I'm excited for it. So we had those 2 projects that we brought up were the 2 ones that we planned for. There's a couple of projects that have been requesting. I do have a questionnaire that I want projects to fill out. Those are going to be the ones that are going to get the main time of the space. But right now, we got over 100 people in here. We're riding. It's day 1 of this, so I'm excited for this. I love it. Thank you, everyone who showed up. Pandemonium is in right here, a P2E battle royale game on PC. I know nothing about them. You got 10,000 crocs. Game is made in Unreal Engine. Let's go for it, man. Rapid fire.
What's up? Thanks for having me on here, guys, and everyone listening. Look forward to getting some feedback. Who wants to learn more about Pandonia? Like put a hand up if you want to learn more about Pandonia. I want to answer some questions. If anyone here is excited, at least, because I'm excited to be here.
Maybe just start with a pitch.
A pitch? Start with the pitch? Okay. Well, do I got any gamers out here? My Battle Royale fans. Who is ready to bring that to the NFT space? And who is tired of seeing those cut and paste games? Anyone? Well,
Just
we have...
give us a full elevator pitch, no questions.
Okay, gotcha, man. Yeah. So what we are over here at Pandonia, we're building a Battle Royale play-to-earn game. So we've been in development for over 8 months now, and it has been an amazing journey. First, we started with art, right? Originally, we wanted to have a collection. By the way, I'm the co-founder, Sky Castelletta here, and the person that I'm partnered here with, Aiden Hurley, we wanted to start a collection and we wanted to do something cool. 3D art was really big in the space when we were first looking into it. And we're also gamers, right? So we enjoyed the game, big fans of Epic Games, Fortnite, right? And that's what's popular, right? The PUBG games, things like that. But we always wanted to kind of put a spin on it, right? We didn't see a lot of close combat battle royale, so that was our first focus. It was okay, well, we just found this amazing artist named Maxime Gallen who literally works with Epic Games. He's certified with Unreal Engine 5, and has a complete team of game developers and has created games in the past. So then we were trying to think about how can we bring real utility, right, to our community, and where is there a huge error in the space, right? We felt when it came to NFTs and just playing games, right, they all suck. I could never see myself playing a game or sticking to a game in the NFT space for, more than a month, right? But something that's so fun about a battle royale, it's reusable, right? It's replayable, and it's not like an RPG game where it's going to take us, 3 to 5 years to create. So it really kind of fit all of our timetable, everything that we were looking for. And also, we want to give our communities an opportunity to learn more about crypto, right? So
then that was the next thing that came into the fold. We outsourced a tokenomics team to help us with every step of the way. And now we're just so excited to be in the early stages of marketing. So if you guys want to learn more about Pandonia and, what these scary looking Crocs are doing, shoot us a follow. You'll see a lot of game trailer teasers, a whole bunch of stuff. Yo, you can't shill yourself on here. You're presenting your project. We ask questions. Cool. Okay, my bad. I was just saying, if you guys want to, see more that's coming out, we got a lot of plans, a lot of collaborations in these coming weeks. So if you guys are looking forward to seeing some game trailer, things like that, keep an eye out. That's all.
Hey, bro, is it possible you could pin something up to the nest, a little trailer or something?
Yeah.
Give us like a little teaser and, give us a little storyboard. You got some storytelling going on? What's good?
I got some storytelling. You guys want me to pin something?
Hold on. You got some storytelling. So what you coming up here pitching without bringing your storyteller? What's going on here? What are you doing here? No storyteller, and you got a story, and you're not bringing a story. Moishe, I'm doing the most right now, but this guy right here, he's not bringing a storyteller. He got a story. Where's your storyteller, bro?
Dave, this is why you're on the panel. This is exactly why you're on the panel. Bring it.
Listen, man. Where's your storyteller? Yo,
dude.
You know what, dude? You need to go and get your storyteller. Come back with your storyteller, and let's do it right. What's going on, bro? Where's your storyteller? I want to hear the story.
Yeah. I will get the storyteller. We actually have a full out story written, so I don't have it memorized like from the back of my hand. But yeah, we have a whole poem that goes step by step with this. So yeah, I'm just pulling it up out of our Discord now. All right, but I want to pick something so that you guys can see something. Yeah, James, what you got?
Pandonia. Okay, so it's just kind of everywhere, bro. Like, just break it down to me. Like, who's your artist? What's their background? What's your background? Who's the team's background? Like, just really break it down for us. Like, just break it down for us. So, like,
so probably the most relevant information about us, right, is we're focused on building a gaming company. So it's most important for people who are following us to get familiar with Maxime Gallon. He is the CEO of Alchemist. He's worked with BMW, Kinder, Batman, Transformers. So his resume really speaks for himself. And his team's resume, I mean, they all helped him with it with each step of the way. So he has an amazing team from animators, game developers, everything that you really need to put a project together. So that's when we met him, we're like, okay, this is a perfect fit. We want to bring, real utility to the space, but also like quality is super important. Like that was the whole point of Pandonia starting, is to bring, quality to the NFT and gaming space. So we definitely know that, he was capable of, providing AAA quality, AA quality. AAA quality is like crazy to ask for, right? In these early stages, but we know we can grow to that. So our game is at that AA quality. And then as far as our team, we have a pretty big team. We have our marketing team that, we're super thankful for. They have a whole bunch of collaborations and have really helped us like conquer all the learning curves, because Aiden and myself, we're really just kind of gamers. I was an entrepreneur, working in e-commerce for quite a bit. So doing a lot of Web 2. And then once we connected and we saw what was going on here in Web 3, we saw a lot of opportunity, but we didn't know where to start, right? So, it started with finding an artist who had experience, and then marketers who had experience, with successful projects that have sold out, and things like that. So I hope that answers your question, James.
How many people are on the team, and what are you guys' roles?
So with Alchemist, it's 30 plus employees and like artists and developers, that all work under Maxime, and that are, all putting in contributions to our game. And then you have myself, the co-founder, Aiden's the founder, and we have our marketing team with Brand Highlight.
So with Alchemy, are they like a part owner of this project, or did you hire them?
So Alchemist, we hired to work with us.
So they're not officially part of like the founding team. You're hiring out. You got to pay them for any kind of game development.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. We've had to pay, like everything that you guys have seen. We've all had to pay prior. It does. We wanted to give them ownership, of our NFT and everything like that. But they understood that for an artist, right?
at the end of the day, it makes the most sense for them to like be sure of a payment, right? Because they never know how a mint's going to go, or this, that, or the other thing. So that's why we came to those terms. But we have a great relationship with Maxime. We have a lot of plans for him moving forward. So he's not going to go anywhere by any means. I just want to make sure that.
And then also you said the marketing, like you're also hiring a marketing team?
We have a marketing team, yes. So we're not hiring one. We have one currently that we're very confident in.
Well, I mean, like, are they a part owner of the project, or did you hire them?
At both. So
both. How do you explain that?
That obviously, like, you know, they need money to be able to push our project, and you know, we really see these guys as a long-term fit with it, because you know, it's not just
what's the ownership, like how much do they own of the project versus like you?
Yeah, so as the co-founder, that's not something that like I'm really allowed to disclose. Something that we keep between ourselves at the moment. But I appreciate the question. You know.
Okay, what I mean? So I guess going back to the game dev, like you're trying to build a game, but you're not a game developer at all, and you don't have anybody on the actual team that owns the project that is a game developer.
Aiden Hurley, our co-founder, he codes, he develops games, he works hand in hand with Maxime. I mean, he's young like myself when we were first getting started into this, but I mean, the learning curves that he's came, I mean, he's even learned how to use Unreal Engine 5. I mean, our teammates have been blown away with him as well. So that's what even got me more into the gaming space. So I wouldn't say that no. And I would say, you know, we all have plans for the people that are with us now and that have contracts with now, you know, there are long-term plans for them. But obviously they want to see how Pandonia goes on the NFT side and everything like that. But
you don't have anybody, like you said that he's like learning Unreal Engine, but you don't have anybody that's launched a title before on the actual founding team.
I mean, Maxime is fully doxed on our team. He's just not a percentage holder at the moment.
I know. So he's contracted out. So it's like, you got to keep paying him to develop the actual game. Like you don't have anybody in-house that can actually make a game that's experienced making games.
Yeah, because if we did that, we'd probably be, you know, like a lot of those NFT games where everyone's very disappointed on. We understood that it's important to bring quality to the space, right? And the best way to do that is to, you know, work with people that have experience and work with people that have been with Epic Games, you know, have worked with the developers of Fortnite, things like that. And they've seen it, they feel it, they know what to do, and they can give us, you know, the best advice. And we're able to watch the world develop as it goes. So that was really just the best fit for us when getting started. Like I mentioned, my partner and I, this wasn't a brand, you know, this wasn't something where we'd been, you know, doing NFTs and things for a while. You know, we just, you know, believed in why not us, you know, like I think anyone's capable of doing anything at the end of the day, as long as you work hard and you have a good work ethic.
Yeah. So I'm looking through and I'm not seeing like any gameplay for this game. Like I see like a little animation, some shots of like some generative NFT characters, but where's the actual gameplay?
Yeah, so the gameplay is what's to come next. That's something to be excited about. Absolutely.
When is that going to be posted? Like, so we can see like how the game actually works.
Within the next 7 days.
Gotcha.
I'm going to quickly hop in because I have to hop out for a little bit. Yeah, anything gaming I get pretty into. So I'm head of community for Huxley, and our artist Ben Morrow was a senior concept artist for Call of Duty and Halo Infinite. And we actually have a game coming out as well, but we released a vertical slice of the pre-alpha game for people to actually play at NFT NYC, so people can kind of experience it and not say we have a game. And then just kind of maybe like a fair warning, you know, there's a difference between like a play to earn game and an actual like video game. So just being super clear on your verbiage to your audience will really help you manage expectations and not have problems down the line. And then I don't know if you know the answer to this, but I think the last project was talking about alchemy as well. But if you know how many projects they're involved in, that would be an important thing to know, because I'm curious about their bandwidth helping a bunch of different projects and just getting paid out, not being a part of ownership, as JexrØmiah is saying, and just working on multiple projects. If anyone can find that stat, I'd be really curious on it.
Yeah, so Kas, that's a great point you bring up about alchemy, and that's so.
We don't work with alchemy. It's something to just state now. It's called Alchemist. So very different. I don't know who alchemy is.
Alchemist. Yeah, Alchemist. Any kind of company that you're outsourcing tech to, it to me, when I see a company that doesn't have in-house tech for what they're trying to build, it's when what you're doing is software, you ought to have people on your core team who know software, right? That's a big question that I think people are going to have for you. So that is something you should consider. It doesn't look great to me, at to hear that.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. I mean, at the end of the day, we came to the terms that our artist and game developers felt the most comfortable with. It, works with our structured plan. I'm not saying that they're not going to have a big picture with us long term. They know that we have contracts in place. It's just what made the most sense for them, right? We haven't minted out or anything like that. So they want to see us, do our part too. And, we really expect that relationship to grow. But yeah, just to clarify, we work with Alchemist and Maxime Gallon. So Alchemy or whoever that may be, I'm sure they're great, but that is not who we're working with. And we do know our artist, like, he's not overwhelmed. He's not working on several things. This is actually like one of his biggest priorities, if not his biggest priority at the moment now. I mean, the passion behind this game, and it's been in development for over 8 months now. So, we're just excited to see, how everything grows, and just thankful for the opportunity to talk to people like you guys. And I really appreciate, like, you guys have great questions and a lot of good feedback, right? Like, I understand when you're building a company, someone like me, like, I'm kind of new to this, right? So hearing this, learning this is all super helpful. But I do want the community to know that, like, at the end of the day, it was what's most comfortable for our artists so that we can ensure that, we have a good relationship, we can deliver and hit deadlines accordingly, because we know in this space, deadlines aren't always hit. And last thing I want to state, going back to Kas, I think that's amazing what you guys are doing with the alpha testing. We actually have plans to do the same thing. Our community is going to have that opportunity, to play the demo, to see the alpha come out, all those important stages with the game that's necessary, to see come to life, and that's currently in operation, so that that you're not just hoping on a promise, right? That you see that it's actively being made. Those are all things to come. I'm really excited. Like I mentioned, we're in the early stages of marketing, so I can't, share too much. And we don't have everything up yet. But, when you're creating a game, the best part about it is you can really create unlimited content. Like Pandonia, the world, the map, it's almost completed. And I'm like, there's so much to share, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys and to answer more questions. And for you guys to get to know our founder, Aiden Hurley, and the rest of our team, we'll be, definitely be having more of our team members up here. And, I just am appreciative to learn from you guys as well. So I hope that answers some questions. If anyone else.
I have a question for the host. So
Did I run? Anyone here?
Yeah, we're here.
Moishe and Jeremiah, and I know. Oh, he left. So I know Kas got to leave too. I guess, like, do you guys see play to earn, like, still being relevant in this time, especially on the Solana blockchain?
Yeah, absolutely. If you do it the right way, right? I mean, we've seen plenty of those economies like not be sustainable. So this has definitely been, one of our bigger challenges. But like I said, our team is really, really good at like.
Wait, Scott, my bad. I was actually asking for their opinion. I wanted their opinion. I want to hear from Jeremiah, Kas, and Moishe.
I'd love their opinions as well.
Yeah, so play to earn. Play is a very funny is a very funny niche for me. Like, as a gamer, right? Gaming is oftentimes something you're doing. You're relaxing. You're hanging out with your friends on over Discord or over Xbox Live, PSF Live, whatever that is that you're using, and you're just trying to chill. You're not trying to make money. Like, you could have a day job and you come back and you relax, right? That's your it's your vacation in a way. It's your escape from the world. You're not necessarily looking for money. So I think there's a lot of people who don't have a interest in having crypto being involved in it. They don't have an interest in money being involved. They're not looking at it like, yay, we get money. They just want, like, I want that clear, regular experience of Xbox that I've had, right? So those people, you're gonna have a hard time convincing them. It has to be completely 100% seamless, where they're not willing to take any compromise whatsoever from their current gaming experience to what you're now building. If you're able to do that, then they're happy to do play to earn. And me personally, like gaming for me is it's a relaxing thing. I haven't been gaming in a while, but I like to play some things online. And when I do that, I'm not looking for money, right? I have my work and then I have my relaxing time, and I think that's a very hard sell.
Hey Moshi, I love that, man. That was like really great insight. I look really forward to taking that commentary, bringing it back to our team. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. And I can see that too. It definitely feels like, right, if you're going to do play to earn, you got to do it right at the end of the day. So, that's what we're focused on here. And that's our goal to deliver for you. But yeah, it does make sense too, right? Like when you do game, I mean, why do I game? It's to relax, chill out, escape, right? So definitely a fine line to walk there. But we plan on, merging the two complementary. But obviously, first things first, build a quality game, right? So that's the first thing you guys are going to see come to life really soon here.
Yeah,
Awesome.
my biggest advice would be that you need to find somebody to join your founding team that knows how to build games, so you don't have to keep paying this company to develop for you, because like you're going to run out of money really fast. And even if you raise money selling NFTs, like it's just not going to be sustainable if you don't have people that are really actually on the team building the game for equity. So I think it sounds like red flags for me, because I'm just like, I don't know how you guys are going to do this. I don't know where the money's coming from. Like, I don't know how much you've spent already, but making a game costs a lot of money, and it takes a big team of people, and you have to constantly update it and innovate. So it sounds rough. All I'm seeing right now is like a little bit of animation and some imagery. So I guess we'll see in a week like what the gameplay looks like. And honestly, like there's gameplay videos that aren't actually gameplay. It's just another animation. So you could say it's like gameplay, but it doesn't actually function. And once you start getting users actually playing it could actually have a lot more bugs than you think. So yeah, curious to see. But good luck finding like a game developer that wants to join the project. That's what I would focus on.
Hey, thanks, JÄrḵmiah. I really look forward to you seeing our project grow. I think you're going to get to learn a lot more about our team and understand that, we didn't start this yesterday. We have investors, and just so the community knows, we're over $250,000 invested into this thing. We have a plan, we have a structure for it. Like I said, we have a lot of great advisors on the team. The team is really big. I do agree with you, right? Money doesn't grow on trees by any means, but we know if we do things right with our business plan and, the investors that we have board, we feel really secure about all those things. And I can't wait to prove you, everything that we are going to do. Because this team is not a team that's going to give up. We've gone through the bull run. We've gone through the bear market. We've gone through all the highs and lows.
And I still didn't get my storyteller. You've been through the bull and the bear market, and there's no damn storyteller.
You ready for a story?
Listen, I could give you a story. You hear the Snoop Dogg coming out of me, bro. Snoop
Come on,
trolling
dude.
this
Snoopy
motherfucker.
Snoop.
What's
Snoopy
good?
J.
Come
Snoopy
on,
J.
bro.
All right. Hey,
Snoop Trolley Troll. I'm with you, bro.
Something to get you guys excited about.
Let's
okay?
do it. Let's hear it.
Long, long ago, 2 kings and 2 thrones. One made of bones, far, far away. 2 kingdoms at hand. The Crocs live near Pandonia land. 2 kings, best of friends, closer than brothers. The Croc had a bound, unlike others. Mystery, the ways of the queen, she lusted the throne and came after the king. Protecting his throne, he hid golden eggs under the ancient stone. The queen, in her fury, puts a spell on King Croc, turning into a rock.
Yo, what's up? Jay, you called?
Nah, man, the queen was calling for fucking reinforcements, bro. Let it go. Come on, the queen. Let's get back to the queen, bro.
All right. So the queen in her fury put a spell on King Croc. He stood like a statue, turning into a rock. Scorching sun in the swamp, There he stands, there alone, a glorious statue of King Croc made of stone. News traveled, the kingdom shaken with dread. The Croc Queen is evil, the Croc King is dead. Loyal to the king, some Crocs have rebelled, but half of an army was put under a spell. A kingdom divided, chaos has spread. There must be a battle, there will be bloodshed. Hope you guys enjoyed.
You, my friend, I'll tell you this. You are a pillar of courage, and I fuck with you. Thank you. You wasn't even a storyteller, but you got up here and you did your thing, and I appreciate the courage and all that. Some people they didn't even they would have crumbled on the stage, man. But you held strong. We put sound effects behind you. We put tyranny behind you.
Yeah, you guys were great. I mean,
no, but we fuck with you in here, man. We fuck with you. Thank you. And there's one thing. Hold on. Wait. There's one thing. He said something that was important, right? One thing that you said to me that stood out, that kind of got my heart. You said, when you said about Pandonia, you see, I know the name of your shit, Pandonia, right?
Let's go.
You told me that you started with your art. You started with artwork, and you made it about art first, and you built from one place and you went to the next. That's a solid foundation.
Exactly.
And we urge everybody to have a solid foundation. At least when you bring a project, start a project somewhere. Don't start all over the place. Start in one place and branch out. Appreciate that. For real. Let's go.
Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Jఱksmiah, I'm going to knock your socks off with what our team's making. So, check your DMs for me. I'm going to be
Hey, yo, Panda. You're going to knock a man's socks off. You're a man knocking another man's socks off. Hold on. What are you doing knocking a man's socks off? We don't want anybody ruin anybody with that kind of energy over here. Hey, yo.
I'm going to drag him to Pandonia. I'm going to just drag him to Pandonia. I'm going to let him meet the Crocs in Unreal Engine 5, and then he'll be, okay. He'll know.
Got you.
See how tough that ape is then.
Pandonia, appreciate you coming up here, man. Gentle, go for it.
Yo, let's go. Get some fucking hearts for Pandonia, dude. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
You guys are awesome.
Some fucking
Great
love,
face.
some fucking good shit, some fucking vibes. I just gotta keep saying fucking. Some love, some vibes, some fucking just energy. Let's go. Like I'm in it. We're fucking riding together, Jay. Let's go.
Let's go.
General riding.
Yeah, bro. I'm going to have to get you some Prozac because I got to step to the side and let you take over, bro. I don't have enough energy to keep up with you. Hey, man, I got to take a back seat. You're the gentle giant up here, man. I'm just going to move back, bro.
We're winning together, dude. Forever.
Nah, I need to have a hot cup of coffee to keep up with you, bro. I need extra caffeine, bro, with some caffeine pills to keep up with you. Nah, I'm gonna fall back, man. You that guy. Stop.
All right, listen, we're our approaching time. We're about 15 minutes out from the cutoff point where the space absolutely ends. This is super cool. I love the format. Really appreciate everyone coming out here. This will be out on YouTube with timestamps of all the projects. They'll come out there in a few days. We'll drop the link out there. Super cool. Any project that wants to come up, hit the DM. We're going to send you guys a question here.
Hey Moishe, we got a cow. We got a cow on stage with a brown hand up, like some brown moose shit going on. Yo, what up, Moo Moo? Hey, can we get to this cow over here, Moishe? What you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Where we got over here? El Toro, go for it.
What a move, guys. What's going on? Appreciate you squeezing me in at the end. I'll be quick. I'll be efficient and direct. Basically, I'm El Toro. I'm the founder of Pocket Cows. We're a 10,000 generative 101 collection. Every cow you see is very unique, and what separates us from a lot of other projects is that we already have 2 working products already out. First and foremost, we have a video game that you can play right now. As soon as you have a Pocket Cow in your wallet, you can play it on mobile, you can play it on desktop, tablet. It does not matter. As long as you have a screen and internet, you can play our game. Now, when it comes to play to earn, we understood that certain metrics of play to earn, it doesn't really work, especially in a bear market. So what we did was we replaced that model and introduced something very unique and new. We called it play to win. So outside of our daily costs, We also put money back into our project by reserving 1,000 cows, and we put them in the same wallet that deployed the contract so everybody can see. And what we do is we allow our community to compete on a weekly basis to get to the #1 spot on our leaderboard. And if you get to the #1 spot on our leaderboard in our video game, you get a free pocket cow. We treat these pocket cows like the Bitcoin of our ecosystem, because simply the possibilities of what you can do with these cows is becoming endless with more utility that we provide by it. For instance, obviously, you can sell it on secondary sales. You can keep it in your collection because these cows become your digital avatar in our playing field. You need a cow in your wallet to even access our game. But what you can do with that cow also is use our second working product. We call it the pasture. All that is, on a more technical term, is a deflationary model, a burning mechanism. But for those that don't understand that, all that means is a retirement home. We created a retirement home for the cows. So when you retire the cows, a few things happen in return. You shrink the size of our collection. You're making the remaining cows more rare. But from that point on, what you get individually is anytime a pocket cow is sold on secondary sales, whether you own that cow or not, anytime a pocket cow is sold on secondary sales, you get a portion of that transaction in Ethereum, and that happens indefinitely, permanently.
Hold on. What portion do you get of that transaction, my friend?
So when it comes to the pasture, all participants, all community holders that have at least one cow in the pasture, you will be split amongst yourself 10% of that transaction. So basically all the royalties and company revenues, we share 10% to the community. So when we talk about it's a one-stop shop. We tackle Web3 NFTs. We tackle GameFi and replace play to earn with a play to win, which is more sustainable. Just by analyzing what we have, by reserving 1,000 cows and releasing 1 cow a week, we can do this for 20 years, 3 months, and 5 days. That's 1,000 weeks. This is way more sustainable as we find out and figure out more ways to offer more things to earn in our game. When it comes to DeFi, we fixed the whole issue with staking. We don't do staking. We do harvesting. Do a different brand new yield way by just simply harvesting portions of transactions and redirecting them to designated wallets. This is exactly how you explain where the money's coming from when people talk about staking. We're using the community to empower the community. I also want to add that we are a registered S corporation. We're a fully doxed team based out of Miami, Florida. We have our Duns & Bradley number, our tax ID. We are debt-free. We have no private acquisitions or any private funding from any VCs. We built this for the people, and that's who deserves the ownership of this company. And this is the true meaning of Web3 business models, where we're going to see more and more people creating these new profound Fortune 500 companies and actually handing over the ownership to the people. This is going to be the new streams. We see it with our children wanting to be professional gamers and YouTube streamers and influencers. We're going to see more metrics of cultural points that actually drive revenue that people can actually build a life and raise families on. Go ahead.
Got you, El Toro. Let's get some. We don't got a lot of time here. Let's get some people's thoughts on it. Praxy, what are you thinking on this project? You bullish, bearish? What are your thoughts? Pocket cows.
Bullish because he has proof of work behind his clothing already, and I'm a big fan of that.
Nice, very nice. Demo, what you thinking? All right. Eric. What's up, Eric?
Well, I appreciate you guys. I don't know if you guys is because you guys are wrapping up, and I totally respect that, you guys. But check us out. We actually do have working products. We do not make promises. We came out the gate with this. We're scaling organically, and we're here to work. If we just hope that when that time comes, you guys do decide to mint one, that you get some.
We're not showing over here. We're here to talk about your project. Mushroom Party. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm bullish. I'm bullish on all builders at the moment in the space. Everyone who's still here deserves a chance, in my opinion. I wanted to see if we still have time to talk about our project as well, but that would come after we're done with discussing El Torito or El Toro Negro.
Yeah, you send a DM. We'll send you a questionnaire for next space if you want to hop in.
Awesome.
These impromptu ones we do at the end do get less time. It's we are towards the end of it though. But a project that starts off with already having the game ready and having aspects ready, and you say you have two things ready for the holders who come in. That's very cool. I would have to check out the game. I'm gonna look through your project when I get a chance. I did save Pocket Cows to my bookmarks, so I'll check it out. Yeah, man, that's all I got. JeksrΞmiah, you got anything for Pocket Cows?
Yeah, until I see the game, I guess, yeah, I'm pretty critical. So it's like having a game is one thing, making a fun game that people actually want to play, that's another challenge. But at least you have a game. Like a lot of people say they're going to build a game, so having it first is good. The art, not the hugest fan of personally, but that's just a preference. So yeah, I'll like probably check out the game and then give better feedback once I play it.
Awesome. All right, TORO, appreciate you coming up. Again, if you're looking to get an actual, to present your project for a full panel, you can reach out by DM. We'll send you over the questionnaire when we get a chance. There's a lot of DMs to go through right now. All right, listen, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Just want to let you know what's Mushroom also same for you. If you reach out by DMs, we'll get you in next time. So we're going like this. This space is going to be uploaded to YouTube. Like I said, it's going to be broken down by with timestamps by project. This is something that I believe is really necessary in the space. I want to shout out everyone who came out here. Really appreciate it all. It's the first time that I'm doing spaces in a while, so this crowd is awesome. JeksrΞmiah, really appreciate you coming here and being a co-host. Great co-host. Jay, Praxy, Ava out here, X-Strange. A lot of people have been here, since the beginning. Jay, appreciate everyone who's been out here. Feedback's been amazing so far. Got a lot of great people who like this format, so we're gonna stick with it. Gonna keep optimizing. As much feedback as you can provide, the better. Want to take everyone's, much like the projects we dissect over here. I want to do the same thing with this space to get it better and better. Might eliminate the end part. I think the last 30 minutes I didn't really love as much. Wasn't the vibe we're going for. Might just cut that out, that whole section of it. But this it's been awesome. Appreciate you guys all. Till next time. Peace.